as we considered the representation of gender in our film,
we only wanted to include the women in our film because they're generally seen as weaker individuals compared to men who are seen as the strongest. So we kind of wanted to fit that stereotype and not include men, although the suicide rates are higher in men.
They're 3 to 5 times higher in men, but we found out when we were sort of in the planning stage that the female suicide rate has increased quite significantly since 2007, so we thought it was quite important to
raise that awareness,
yeah, and educate people. In relation to genre, our film could be defined as a stop motion film, but this raises many questions, such as if it actually fits into it due to its themes. Popular stop motion films could include Wallace and Gromit, which is seen as a film for children, so our themes including suicide and depression, a lot of people would think that the use of stop motion as a technique wouldn't be appropriate because of its connection to children's film, but we found that it actually worked to our advantage by we could use it to
it's like signifying that she's being drawn to suicide rather than if she was just walking to suicide, it would kind of signify she really wanted it.
Yeah, in a way that we couldn't have if we hadn't used that technique, and adds a new element to the film.
Also, we found out through research that every single stop motion film that is really successful, for example, James the Giant Peach,
Corpse
Bride, all of Tim Burton's stop motions like Nightmare Before Christmas, they use a male protagonist, and as we said before, we wanted to challenge that by not having any males in our film at all, which we thought was quite risky because it's never been done in any successful film, so we didn't know whether it would work, but
we weren't too worried about our film being successful though, because we were aware that it was a short film and therefore would have quite a niche audience. We're happy to use this challenge of conventions because the audience that we were hoping to target was very specific. We only needed to meet a small audience to sort of show, I think we kind of wanted to show them that they're sort of not alone in their emotions.
Yeah.
That was part of our sort of aim, as well as to raise awareness.
It was not just a short film. We wanted to educate, raise awareness and show that it is a pretty scarily common thing. So far we've just been challenging conventions and we wanted to follow at least one. We thought the music was a good way to follow the conventions as it really fitted our film. Tim Burton uses a composer called Danny Elfman, who is a really ethereal, kind of dreamy composer, and it really fitted our style of film because our protagonist isn't really all there, and we wanted to reflect that in the music. So
the music that we used, we had that scored by the media technician, and we asked him if we could also have him be inspired by the singer Lana Del Rey, and we used an instrumental track in sort of the production process because it had a similar mood, that sort of ethereal, inspired us throughout the production process as well as the filming process. Like, we often would listen to it
while we're filming, and
the sort of the meaning behind the song really fitted our film, and we found that if the music, because there's so little dialogue in the film, if the music was similar to that of Tim Burton's film, it would sort of show the audience that we're sort of following a similar story to what Tim Burton would normally do.